Hey folks, as testers, what are we supposed to think of tools like ChatGPT? Are they a threat? Are they an opportunity? I think the answer is both yes and yes. Give me 5 minutes and I'll explain my thinking. But before we start, I want to take you back to the streets of Florence, Italy, in the 1400s, the time of the Italian Renaissance, when artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, Michelangelo were leading the way in innovation and creativity. So I know you're going to ask, well, what's that got to do with ChatGPT and artificial intelligence? Well, let me explain. See, we often think of these artists as working alone in their workshops, but that was far from the case. In fact, your typical Renaissance artist, a Botticelli or a Leonardo da Vinci, would work in a workshop with a whole heap of apprentices and assistants who were learning themselves, but who were also helping the masters complete their work. They were doing things like grinding the pigments, carrying material, finalizing the canvases, preparing the final work. They were basically doing everything that the master artist couldn't be bothered doing because there wasn't that much added value in him doing it, and letting the master artist focus on the parts of the work that required the original thinking and skill. See, that is where ChatGPT comes into play. AI tools like ChatGPT won't replace us as testers, but they can assist us with menial tasks, freeing up our time to focus on more important stuff. For example, we can use tools like ChatGPT to generate code snippets for code that's well known and well understood, and the code that we understand. We can use it to flush out edge cases and test scenarios for certain business problems. We can use it to analyze test results or prepare test data. There's a whole lot of stuff that we can use it for to help us go faster. But here's the thing, just like those Renaissance apprentices, these tools are only good as the direction they're given. They're only as good as the questions we ask it. We need to master the process. We need to master the bigger picture. We need to master the fundamental skills to be able to use these tools well. We need to know software craftsmanship. We need to know coding really, really well. You need to be better at coding than a tool like ChatGPT, which is, to be fair, not very good at coding. If you trust it, it will produce pretty rubbish code a lot of the time. You need to be able to guide it or pick and choose your battles and know what you can select to use it effectively and what it will be not so great at and that you might need to work on. If you can nail that, if you can understand where its strong points are or where its weaknesses are, then you can use it to go faster. And that is the trick. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, is AI going to replace us? Is ChatGPT going to take my job? Not really. The real competition in the future, I think, will not be from a tool like ChatGPT. It won't be from a tester without any experience who has a tool like ChatGPT at their disposition, because they'll just produce rubbish. No, the real competition and the person who might be able to take your job is a tester who has both a solid experience of test automation fundamentals and an AI tool at their disposition. They will be able to go much faster than someone who has not got either or both of those at their disposition. So that is my takeaway for today. You need to understand how to use tools like ChatGPT, but you also need to understand the fundamental skills so that just like those Renaissance masters, you can use your apprentices, use your assistants, and put them to their best use so that you can get the best outcomes possible. So I hope you like this little reflection on the Renaissance Italy, learn maybe a little bit about Renaissance Italy. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe because there are lots more tips like this. And as a side note, I'm preparing a course on AI for testers and test automation at the moment. If you are interested in that, if you want to know when it's ready, just drop AI in the comment and I'll make sure to notify you. I'll let you know when it's ready, and I'll include a discount as well when it gets released. Okay, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for listening.